lovely folk. This reading is the new moon monthly for the sign of Taurus. Now, I did actually already pull your tea leaf. I just didn't realize I didn't hit record. So I do have your tea leaf here. But other than tea leaf, we will also grab a Gypsy Oracle card. For tarot, we have Yuletide Tarot. A Happier Me affirmation card there at the end. I'll possibly clarify it with the Enchanted World Tarot if needed. And as always, charms. So let's go ahead and read these. You have April. So that month could have significance. Marriage. That could be the significance of that month. Or it could just be any kind of commitment, you know, any kind of meeting and commitment. I thought it was interesting, last month nearly all of the readings had either love or marriage, and it kind of gave this like energy. It's like I felt that heart chakras are opening up quite a bit throughout, you know, this period and to next year as well. Alright, so we also have for you dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Dog barking, advice from a friend. Horse, short journey. Box, you will receive a gift. Cat, two-faced friend. So that's kind of, yeah, remind me of like being catty. Somebody's being catty with you. I also find it interesting, cat and dog barking are both present. So you're probably going to get some advice from another friend. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. Now that could be having to do with the situation, you know, trust your intuition on that. Chain of events that will affect your life. So you're perhaps going through, okay, for some I'm also getting actually about seeing a chain perhaps finding an old necklace, an old chain like that. I don't know, I'm getting something about finding a chain. I don't know, chain feels important. But you're also possibly going through a series of events that's going to really change the course of your life. Seahorse, family matters. Staff, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Table, hard work ahead. That could have to do with the chain, perhaps a legacy is being left, you know, a torch is being passed on to you in some way. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. And flowers, happiness. Interesting, I did get flowers in your meditation, and I got like embrace energy with that. Also fertility. Some of you may be pregnant, and there's a message there that if you are pregnant, to go slow down. I saw a snail, and it was like, slow down, because I think you naturally have a lot of like go-getter energy. You're like just always ready to go, and also there's just excitement I feel in this. But to slow down, take it easy. I don't think there's anything to be concerned about, but just to make sure that you really embrace this pregnancy, and that you just, you know, just to go slow. Shame, that could be, you know, connecting with that, especially with family matters. So, yeah. And some of you may be getting advice from a friend who's been pregnant before. So, yeah. Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. I got 6 of Swords for you, and I felt like it kind of came up. So it's like you're moving on to better times. Trust you will be taken care of. Trust that things will unfold, and you'll be okay. And I also got with more balance with that as well. Like, things will feel a little bit, you'll get into a good flow, essentially. Alright, and that part is for anybody, not just those who are pregnant here. Alright, and some of you with fertility, you know, if you aren't wanting to become pregnant, it might be wise that, like, you might be in a fertile period right now, so just to be mindful of that, especially with flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your gypsy oracle cards. Okay, spirit guides and angels. What does Taurus need to know for their highest good messages? For Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to see for their highest good? Oh wow, okay. So, we have hope here, which get us around me of 6 of Swords. You know, hope can be like the star energy. I'm also just thinking of moving out of troubled waters. That song, like a bridge out of troubled waters. So hold on to hope, because things are getting a little bit better for you here. We have Doctor. Now for some, I think this is just that perhaps you are pregnant, and you're going to be seeing, you know, you're going to have to be going in for your checkups and stuff like that. Some of you may see a fertility specialist. If you are trying. So hold hope, that know that you will find a way. Especially there's flowers here in the vase. So some of you might go the inverter route, insemination. But some of you also, I'm getting that this is about perhaps getting in connection with a therapist. Getting that, it's like the advice from a friend. Some of you, or perhaps if you already are seeing a therapist, like, know that sometimes it can take time to find the right fit, and that that's okay. If it doesn't feel right, and trust your intuition, and there might be somebody better out there that you will connect with more. Alright, we have priest. So this can be about spiritual, it can be about spiritual education, about growing spiritually. It can be about connecting with your intuition. Because it's definitely a woman on this card, which very much so reminds me of the High Priestess. But she's reading a book, so, you know, like perhaps studying, looking into spiritual practices, you know, like meditation, you know, all kinds of stuff there. So perhaps you're connecting with that more. We have despair. Some of you may be dealing with somebody. I think some of you, it's about, you know, hanging on to hope and knowing that you're going to move out of troubled waters. As I said, I keep getting that Six of Swords energy, which is like protection, moving out of that dark space into the light, into hope. But some of you also might be dealing with somebody who's draining you in some way. They perhaps are very, you know, in a very negative energy, and you keep trying to be the uplifter, which, you know, can be very draining. So perhaps having a look at that, and you know, I'm being called to, like that saying for like with the flight attendants say about, like, you know, you have to put your own air mask on first, and sometimes you gotta take care of you. And you know, if there's a hole in the boat and you constantly are trying to, you know, not sink, not go under, you know, that's something to look at, because that can really affect your health. I do have two more here, so I'll put this here. But again, I think spiritual practices can really help there and bring some clarity as well. We have sweetheart. So this is very much so Empress energy, and there's more flowers here. So definitely some of you, or you're all in a fertile place. Some of you, you know, that might be fruiting into something. But some of you, it's about, you know, commitment on some level, like maybe marriage, maybe meeting somebody and dating, or perhaps, you know, taking a relationship to the next level, maybe moving in, you know, just some kind of commitment deepening there. And lastly, we have service. So I think one thing to note here, so he is opening, I don't think they're called doors when they are on a carriage. I'm also being called, this would be a carriage for sure, the way that it's designed, but it's reminding me of the reading I did recently. I forget if it was in Aries, their new moon, or if it was the yearly for Cancer. But I saw a wheel that was like, it reminded me of a 17th century buggy or cart. But anyways, this is a carriage, but there's that wheel. That's definitely what I saw in that reading. But the wheel is about, you know, movement and especially, okay, so this is a wheel, not a helm. A helm is like the steering wheel. But the fact that he's the one opening this door is making me think about taking the wheel, about like how we have to meet halfway if we want to move forward. So not to rely too much on things coming to you. Even though things are changing, there's a chain of events, you know, you still have some play into that. So to keep moving and trust that things will work out and things will unfold as they're meant to. Alright, so let's go ahead and get your tarot. Spirit guides and angels messages for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to see? For their highest good. What does Taurus need to see? For their highest good. Oh, okay. So this is going like this actually. Okay. So we have here Knight of Good Cheer, the Knight of Cups. So this could very well be about this offer of some kind of commitment, some kind of taking a relationship to the next level. Perhaps committing to yourself in some way, offering yourself something, opening those doors for yourself. For some, it's like the news of the pregnancy. But with this horse on here as well, you know, it's about opening those doors and moving forward. Especially with that being like on the chest, on the heart. So for some, this is a deep spiritual thing. It's the spiritual progress, the spiritual growth, and opening your heart. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So for your challenge, we have King of Cups. However, it is in the reverse here. So definitely I am feeling that this is about spiritual development, and you might come up to a kind of emotional blockage. Perhaps there's something that was repressed that comes up, and it's kind of a crisis of faith, which is why you're being reminded to have hope, to have faith, to know that things will unfold as they're meant to. Because it does seem here like there's something bottled up, and you know, with the fish on the chest here, you know, that can be about especially this fish is facing the past, facing that direction, which in the waters can always be about emotions or the subconscious. So there might be something that you're looking at in the past and you come up against a blockage because it's something that maybe triggers you. He's pouring alcohol here, so sometimes alcohol can be used as escapism. Sometimes people get lost in memories or plans for the future. They forget to be present, and it's like a form of escapism. So you might be looking at that and remembering that there's a natural flow to life, so you don't want to get too hung up on the past, but you also don't want to repress it, bottle it up. So I think this will be a part of your spiritual journey to face this blockage, and it's just like, don't lose hope within that. This is something you've probably come up against before. I'm sure it surfaces from time to time, and you are ready to move through this. But the biggest takeaway is to have balance, to be present to, this is the Temperance card, balance here, to balance between, I think the biggest thing is to stay present, but to still also not repress things, to allow things to surface as they do from the past, so that you can heal those and carry those lessons into your future. But to do so, all of this with balance, in a good flow state. I think having acceptance is a huge part of balance. With this teddy bear, I'm definitely getting about the past and childhood, perhaps. So I do think that ultimately I did get balance, that things, you're moving on to better times with more balance. So clearly you are, things are going to move more smoothly. I think that this spiritual journey is really opening up doors for you. Alright, let's go ahead and get your Happier Me card. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Taurus, please. Does Taurus need to see for their highest good? Messages for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to see for their highest good? I release all negative thoughts about the past and all worries about the future. So there is that balance. And yeah, I feel like there's acceptance within that. My worry about something that hasn't happened yet, or why worry, apologies, why worry about something that hasn't happened yet, when you can just as easily choose to believe that it will all work out. So again, yeah, trusting that things will unfold as they're meant to. I'm getting that song "Que Sera, Sera." So yeah, it's like acceptance and remaining present and hopeful. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. You are limitless. You are the only one that can set up limits for yourself. Don't. Of course, like, have healthy boundaries. But yes, know your abundance. I'm being called to like vase and flowers again. I think something that is so interesting is thinking about how vases, they can contain things, but they are ultimately, just clay and water. And so they're very, think about it before you put it into the oven. It's very malleable. Clay is very malleable, and we get to shape it. And then, we put it into the fire, which is kind of like focus, to really set it. To set it with certainty. So we get to choose that. We get to mold our reality and choose how we want to shape our reality and what we want to, put in the oven to set, to make, to focus on, to make stronger. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your charms. Whoa. This starfish actually came and landed on me, which is funny because I am wearing, you can't see it, but I am wearing a oceanic type shirt with a starfish on it and some shells. And we have another starfish here. Some of you might be going to the beach for your vacation, but also that's about healing and also like trusting that no matter what path you take, they're regenerative. They point in many directions, but ultimately, if they were to lose a leg, miss an opportunity, they're regenerative. So it's like, it's okay. New opportunities will always form as they're meant, and again, things will unfold as they're meant to. So don't fret too much, You'll be going the path you're meant to take. Oh wow, we have the wheel, which again is reminding me of that, where is it? Oh, here. The wheel on that card. Oh yeah, some of you may need a service on your car. That is a potential, so do be mindful of that. Again, don't fret about it. Like, I think it will work out and it's okay. It's a reminder to slow down. And of course, not all of you will experience that. So, don't put too much thought into it. But if it does occur, just take it as a reminder from the universe to slow down. But also this wheel is just about, knowing again that we can choose how we shape things, how we shape our reality, and what we want to, put in the oven to set, to become a main focus. We have a cloud here. Okay, but it's also kind of reminding me of a baby. We have the blue bow, but a pink cloud, perhaps it's about a gender reveal. But also I'm getting rest. Again, slow down, get some good rest. It'll ultimately make everything go a lot smoother. We have this ice cream cone with a pink bow. getting vacation again off of this. That it's really going to refresh you. Perhaps for those that are pregnant, it's going to be a baby moon. We have a butterfly here, which is about transformation. I'm getting that with the wheel, that it's like things are transforming. It's kind of like these chain of events, but that you have a part in. You know, you really set this into motion. We have both Aquarius. Well, we have 2 Aquarius pendants here. So Aquarius is very much so prominent here. We have a broken heart, but also this beautiful, intricate, complex heart. So I think that's about knowing and understanding the complexity that we have as humans, the complex emotions we can carry, and not being afraid to do that. But also I'm getting open heart. It's like the wind is coming into this heart to really feel it. We have a flower here, so that's more flower energy, more Empress energy, and more about fertility. There is a star here. But this star is very sparkly and shiny, so perhaps this is about knowing that you still shine, like even when you perhaps feel like you're in the dark. You're a very complex, beautiful person, and you still shine. People are still attracted to you. And we have a wreath, which is again kind of the wheel energy, but also of course can have to do with Christmas time. And I think it's obvious to say about receiving gifts on Christmas, but perhaps there's like an unexpected one, or one that really changes things for you. Alright, well, we will leave this here. I firstly want to thank you so much for the likes, comments, and shares, because they help so much to get these messages out to everybody that they are meant for. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, no matter what it is you celebrate. And I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. And until next time, lovely folk.
you.